You know, hold on a second.
I'm laughing at a hater, cause to me it's kinda funny. They be hating on me because I be making money. A hater ain't
I don't know why I'm all pissed off.
Nigga who I hate another nigga, cause the bank account is bigger.
I haven't slept a lot.
So unbecoming, I keep laughing at a hater while my money keep coming.
I haven't slept a lot. That's probably not helping. I got about 4 hours of sleep. I just ordered Chili's again. By the way, you're listening to Slip Capone. He was nice enough to let me use this track because I fucking love this track. It's just fun, man. It's just good shit, good West Coast shit. This is when rappers good. And if you can't tell yet, I'm a little bit fucked up. Okay, it's a combination of things. So yeah, so I'm a little tired. I had a buddy over last night. That's why I didn't go do anything. I was trying to get Diver to come over, but he did not. He had some stuff going on at home, and I was not impressed, by the way, with A Million Ways to Die in the West. I expected more like Ted, and it was blah. But I'm getting off track. I haven't even watched the fights from overnight yet. Okay, that's just how this whole day and weekend is gone. I definitely will check out the Roy Nelson Mark Hunt fight later today. The rest of them I'll probably catch tomorrow because I want to play some Battlefield and shoot some people. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll fucking put them on when I'm playing Battlefield. That'll work. So yeah, so I woke up. No, I didn't even wake up. I didn't see it this morning. I saw it when I came home this afternoon. I guess Wanderlei has retired. And I started listening to his video. And this was hours ago. I've only gone 8 minutes in. There's just so much bullshit to talk about and to say to this bullshit stuff that he's saying. It pisses me off. Again, maybe it's just where I am today. But all these people that just bitch and moan about the UFC, oh, they don't do this, they don't do that. So we'll get to that. Like I said, let's turn this off because I don't want to hear that for 5 more hours. Close, fucker. So yeah, that's all we're gonna do. I'm not gonna talk about the fights last week. I'm not gonna talk about the fights last night. The weird shit with the neighbors, where there were cops outside when I was taking my dog for a walk. We'll cover that next week, so we can have some fun with Diver because we should both be back next week. So we'll hold off on that. This is only going to be Wanderlei. And what I'm going to do, because what's he going to do? Sue me? I don't have anything. I'm going to play the video, and it's all subtitled. So I even though my voice is kind of retarded, I guess I'll read the subtitles, and I'll just stop it when I feel like I have something to say. Because really, if you don't understand what I'm all about and what this is all about, I don't have much of an outlet for fights. We joke about the fact that I don't have any friends. I don't have a lot of friends. I don't want a lot of friends. I've done that. It was a pain in the ass, and it's just a bunch of people I got to keep up with, most of whom I don't like. So the friends that I do have and I do want to talk to don't really watch fights. So that's why Twitter is here. Twitter is my outlet for fights, so that all the people that I know in real life who don't give two shits about fights don't have to be like, oh my gosh, Will's going on a rampage again and blah 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 blah. So this show has helped out a little bit. So that's how we're gonna run this, okay? So let me go big screen. Am I even on? I think I'm on. Yeah, look at that. I didn't fuck that up. Am I recording? I'm recording. I'm good. Let's go full screen. Let's turn my brightness up a little bit. Okay. Wanderlei Silva's video, ladies and gentlemen. It says Wanderlei Silva. I wonder how loud this is. This is not a goodbye. I guess that'll make sense. For me, to be a fighter has been an incredible experience. Hold on. I can't multitask very well in my current state. Let me turn the volume down a little bit because I'm like yelling and that seems stupid.
A primeira vez que eu entrei
Okay. The first time I stepped into a ring, I was nobody. And now, you know what? I'm not going to read all this shit because I don't care about some of this shit. It's about how the crowd's cheering for him. It's showing old fights and old pictures of him back when he was on steroids and huge, which is really funny when you look at the difference between him back then and him now. And there's all his little fans are like, "Oh, Wanderlei would never cheat. Oh no, who's this? No, are you fucking kidding me? Look at how much he fucking lost when he came over to the States." All right, see, I should have paused it then. So embrace all my will, and I knew it's what he's talking about how much he wanted to fight. He's got a 20-year career and 49 professional fights. Okay, and they knew when Wanderlei was in the ring, action is coming. It's just showing clips.
Quando o Wanderlei Silva entra, é aquela coisa que só o Wanderlei Silva dá pra vocês. Só que esse estilo realmente agora tá
But his fighting style comes with a bill to pay. So I'm thinking he's going to put this off on injuries. I've had numerous injuries and surgeries. It's showing him being wheeled in for something.
Elas não foram curadas, elas não se curam.
Talking about
Quem é atleta, você pratica qualquer tipo de esporte, você sabe. É uma dor no joelho, é uma dor no quadril, uma dor na mão.
Wow.
E agora...
Okay, so he's talking about his injuries now, and I'm thinking, all right, he's going to call injuries or he's going to talk about steroids. He's talking about they're only getting worse because they sacrifice their bodies, not just on fight night, but also in training, because he trains at least 4 months for a fight, which I don't know what the fuck he's training 4 months for. A fighter like me trains at least 4 months. And in those 4 months, I do sparring at least 3 times a week, and every day we brawl, which doesn't make sense, but okay, usually you would spar more than you brawl, but okay. And I don't know. It's not like weight training or just running because they're doing all this stuff. So, okay, look, I understand that. I get that fighters put their bodies through a lot. That's a given. Some of them, maybe they overtrain and they hurt themselves. I don't know. Maybe they're training just the right amount. I don't know. But I understand. It happens. Okay? So then we get to the more ominous music, okay? I was being considered to fight on May 31st in Brazil. Play, fucker.
Cogitado para lutar no dia 31 de maio, né? Lá no Brasil. Aí...
I told the event I could not fight on May 31st.
Disse, olha, no dia 31 de maio eu não vou poder lutar.
They didn't like that. They pressured me a little, but it passed. Uh-oh, so you going to say he was bullied? A week after, they called me to have a meeting. They told me to fight on... By the way, I actually, at some of this, I was getting kind of pissed off earlier, and I haven't read all of this either. We're 2.5 minutes in. And see, I'm already fucking going, and I've already been through this once. Okay, yeah, okay. See, I told you this is going to be a rant. If you're tuning in, I'm sorry. This isn't going to be the fun, stupid shit, blah, blah, blah. This video's fucking pissing me off. Okay, unpause. They told me I had to fight on that date and offered me a bunch of money. They would pay me extra to fight on that date. So I asked myself, if they have the money, why didn't they offer it to me before? Okay, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, and I may be. It happens. This fight has been planned quite a few times, and he kept pulling out. Then they were trying to salvage cards around that time. I don't remember the specifics of injuries and all that shit, but they were trying to salvage cards. So yeah, I think they pulled them off of the finale. I think, didn't they, the Tough Brazil finale, to put them on a pay-per-view. And see, the thing of it is, he's talking about, oh, she's finally playing with her new toy. I bought her a $17 toy. The dumb bitch wouldn't look at it. She was playing with an old Pepsi box. She's finally playing with the fucker. It's a purple dinosaur, by the way. And it's supposed to be really tough. So I guess we'll see how long this lasts. If it lasts long, I'll buy more. Because dinosaurs are fucking cool. Okay, where was I? This is what happens when you're inebriated as well. Let's see here. Oh, they were trying to salvage a card. So, yeah, when like a main event drops out or a co-main event drops out of one card, they can afford to pay you a little bit more money for that card, for that performance. That's kind of how it works. They're giving you a little bit of a rush money. You know, in business, I ran a dental lab for years. And production, okay? You have a production business, and this is what's supposed to happen. Well, to an extent, fighting is production. From the day you sign the contract to the fight, that's your production. Okay, you have that long to produce, hopefully, a winning fighter. And sometimes things in production become rushes. And when they're rush cases, you charge more money because that's kind of how businesses operate. So, you stupid fucking orc-looking motherfucker, that's what that is. They can offer you more money because they have a little bit more money for this card. But, you know, whatever. And I say stupid ass. I don't know that he's stupid. He might be playing this perfectly because he knows he's going to get buried by the NSAC and he's trying to save face. And instead of doing it the way Chael Sonnen did it, instead of just being upfront about it like Stephan Bonner did, two ex-UFC fighters who have both been busted for peds, who manned up and said, this is what happened, he's pulling the bitch route. And that, you know, and that's another thing. All these fighters that everyone talks about from the Pride days and from the old UFC days, let's look at them, okay? Wanderlei Silva just made the bitch list. There's no fucking way he didn't make the bitch list, okay? So we got Wanderlei Silva on there, okay? Icon, as people will call him. Rampage Jackson, okay? Let's talk about Rampage Jackson, who is also going to be under the Icon, who also doesn't like the UFC. Let's remember the fact that the UFC fucking like bailed him out of jail when he ran over people in his car because he lost to Forrest Griffin and he's a fucking maniac and didn't know how to handle it. Okay? No, Rampage will come back and say, oh no, they didn't take care of me, they don't take care of their fighters, they're not paying for my surgery here, whatever. Maybe that was Tito. One of those fucking asshats was saying that shit, and they don't do this, and they put me in with wrestlers, and just keep making excuses. That's you just keep making excuses. So there's another bitch. Tito Ortiz. Okay, another one who's down there from the olden days. Oh, Tito's this, Tito's that. No, Tito's turned into a little pussy too. Okay? Now, recently he came out, or I don't know, maybe I just read it, I don't remember. But, yeah, no, I think it just came out. He was talking about how Bjorn was screwing him, and he almost didn't fight the little middle schooler. What the fuck is his name? I don't watch Bellator, but the guy who fought, like, the Bellator champion at 185 is a guy who weighs 185 pounds. Like, he doesn't really cut weight. So he's like a guy who would fight at 170. That's about the size he is. So Tito Ortiz agreed to fight the 185-pound guy at 205 pounds because that's fair. And when he did, he was saying he was going to pull out because Bjorn wasn't going to. He wanted like a certain amount of money and Bjorn wouldn't do it or something. He was like, I just wasn't going to fight. You know, I got to look after me. Look, I understand that. Some people are calling him a bitch for that. I'm not calling him a bitch for that. I understand. What the fuck is going on out there? I understand that mentality. You got to get your money. I get it. He's a professional athlete and he should be paid whatever he's supposed to be paid. But he's also the one that every time he goes into a fight, he's healthy 100%. And then 6 months after the fight, well, my neck was hurt, my knee was hurt, my back was hurt, my head was swollen up a little bit more. I mean, it's just constant bitch. And then he goes on the UFC about how I've heard him talk about they don't pay their fighters what they should and they don't take care of their fighters. Look, here's the deal. Fighters are independent contractors. They're not employees. Okay? You're not going to get a retirement plan and a 401k and your taxes taken out and all that shit that a corporation would do with its employees. UFC will do that with the office workers. All of those guys, I'm sure, are employees. Fighters are independent contractors. You have to do some of that stuff on your own. Okay? So if you don't want to fight for the amount that you're given, you're not an employee where they say your boss says do this, and if you say no, I want a raise, your boss can fire you because he doesn't think you should get a raise. It's an independent contractor. They will offer you something, and you can either say yes or no. And they can negotiate and try to take care of it, and maybe the negotiations go well for you, maybe they don't. But you can't bitch about stuff like that. That's not on them. There's one, Ken Shamrock, who used to bitch about the same thing too, and now all of a sudden he's gone quiet because I don't know what agreement he and Dana White came to. I think it's probably he's going to be put in as a downloadable character for the game, and they just made peace with each other. But he's gone completely quiet now. I haven't heard him say one close to negative thing about the UFC. Maybe I've missed it. I can't keep up with all of Twitter anymore. It just hasn't worked out for me, but I haven't seen it. So anyway, let's get back to the video, because this is already going to turn into a 5-hour podcast, and I don't think any of us want to do that. They always hold on to the money, so they always underpay the athletes. But they do have the money. I said, sorry, but I won't take this money because I won't be in a condition to perform the way my fans expect of me. I can't fight on that date and won't take the money. Just go in and perform poorly for my fans. We had another meeting after that, and they kept pressuring me. I said I could only fight at the end of the year. They opened their eyes wide. Only at the end of the year? I was not in the physical condition necessary to fight on the July card. Let's keep in mind, if this is true, and I don't know that it is, I would imagine he had to get medically cleared, but whatever, let's say it's not. If that's true, I don't know what I was going to say, because I'd need to see the line from before, because I don't remember what the line from before was. Don't sign the contract, maybe. I don't know. I'm pressing play again, because this is, like I said, this is going longer than I came close to thinking it was going to be. What is this? I just got a message. Oh, I can't look at that yet. I'll have to look at that in a second. My nephew's in a wrestling tournament. That's what I was supposed to be up. I was supposed to be up at 4:30 this morning. And I have 2 alarms on my alarm clock. I set the second alarm for 4:30, and at some point, I always keep the second alarm for an early time. At some point, I changed the PM, so I didn't wake up early to leave to go see my nephew's wrestling tournament, which is why I'm getting to do all this fun shit with you guys. Oh, I so hope for everybody that no one's listening right now. I was not in a You know what? What was the last line? Go back. Fuck it. I'm doing it anyway. We had another meeting after that, and they kept pressuring me. They're bullies now. I said I could only fight at the end of the year. They opened their eyes wide. At the end of the year, oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. He can only fight. He's not healthy. He can only fight at the end of the year because of something that he did when he acted like a little child on Tough Brazil 3 and hurt his hand. Okay, let's keep that in mind too.
Eu não estava em condições para lutar nesse evento de julho.
I wasn't in condition to fight on the July card. My body wasn't responding, and I couldn't train the way I needed to. When a fighter can't train because of his injuries, he steps in and gives a worse performance than is expected. So then what happens is that the promoters fire him. Okay, look, when you're in the twilight, you should just fight. You know what? The young guys are the ones who should be kind of watching their careers and making sure they're not doing that. You're at the end of your career. You've made a lot of money. Apparently not enough, but you've made a lot of money. Okay? So, shut up. So then what happens is the promoter fires him, but no one stops to think about what the athlete has endured to step in there. A big example of this is what happened to Renan Barão. Okay. That's right, the Renan Barão thing. This is where weight comes into play, and I don't even like the way weight's done in fighting anyway. Did you stop to think that Barão had to fight 3 times in 6 months? No, he didn't. He didn't have to fight 3 times in 6 months. He could have fought twice in 6 months. No, I want another month off. That he could have said no. I'm just throwing that out there. He's an independent contractor. Maybe he'd have gotten some backlash about it. He wouldn't have gotten backlash if he just said, no, I can't fight on that date, but I can fight a month later, or 2 months later, or whatever the case may be. Hell, there's any kind of reason you can come up with that. You can fucking make up shit. No one will ever know the difference. It's no one fucking cares. So, deal with some of the backlash, and you still have your title, and you still had a good performance, and everything's dandy. He could have pushed the first fight back where he lost the title. So it's just, no. He didn't have to fight 3 times in 6 months. To fight 3 times in 6 months for any fighter is cutting weight and much, much more than that. Okay, stop cutting weight. I'm fucking tired of the weight cutting bullshit too. Okay, let's keep this in mind. Weight cutting is stupid. Fight where you weigh. Fight whatever you walk around at. Weigh-ins on the morning of. Okay. The thing that people don't really think about is if you just change the weight classes a little bit, the same people are going to be fighting each other. It doesn't matter. They're just going to be fighting each other. Excuse me. They're just going to be fighting each other at a different weight class, and they're not going to have to put their body through weight cuts. I would imagine, too, for the people that live to see knockouts, you'll probably see more knockouts because there's no more weight cuts. They can eat healthy right on up to the fight. All their chicken and all that bullshit. Okay? Nothing would really change. But I hate weight cutting. My nephew needs to lose weight because he's trying to wrestle. This is his last year, and he's trying to wrestle at 120. And he's walking around at 126 right now. And I was like, you better cut your weight then. So, the weight cutting is ridiculous. I can lose 5 pounds in one practice. Don't rely on that. Lose weight. Okay, anyway. To fight 3 times in 6 months for any fighter is cutting weight and much, much more than that.
E não é só a perda de peso. Por quê?
Barão had no time to rest between fights because for those 6 months he could not stop training. Yeah, he could have.
Que dá uma média de 2 meses entre uma luta e outra. Então o cara tava aqui, ó.
So it was a daily battle for him.
O cara tava na batalha. O que aconteceu?
The first consequence of his body not handling it was the loss of his belt. That's true. Didn't have to do it though.
Perdeu o cinturão.
He lost the belt and then had to fight the rematch right away.
Qual foi a segunda consequência?
After that, his body couldn't handle it and he passed out while cutting weight. He didn't have to fight the rematch right away.
E não conseguiu bater o peso. O que
What did the promoters do? They bashed him and mocked him for being unprofessional, for not showing up on weight. Yes, I get it. As stupid as cutting weight is, that's how it works. If you sign a contract to fight at this weight and you come in over, that's a problem. That means you're not fulfilling your contract. And for someone who is getting, I like how Wanderlei makes it sound like it's a bad thing. I don't know why there's an immediate rematch anyway. I don't think there should be a rematch. And I don't think Dana White, if I remember correctly, was going to do an immediate rematch. He wouldn't comment on it. Heenan Barão had an immediate rematch clause, and I don't know what the stipulations were with the time frame of it, but he could have said, I want my immediate rematch, but I'm not fighting then. I'll fight a month later. I'll fight 2 months later. Okay? And then he would have more time to lose weight. But regardless of that, people are cutting, just like what I just told my nephew. Don't rely on losing 5 pounds because you can lose 5 pounds in a practice. Because maybe this time you only lose 3 pounds. Okay? If you're going to do this stupid weight cut bullshit, which really, really, really should stop, then fucking do it right and get closer to your target weight and cut less. Then you won't pass out. Then you won't stop cutting or losing weight because you can't cut anymore. Okay, what did the promoters do? They bashed him and mocked him. Yes. I don't think they should bash him, but they're the promoters. They decide who they want to push and who they don't want to push. That's promotion. That's kind of how it works. I mean, that's the fight business. Okay.
Estavam debochando dele, falando que ele não ia.
They were all proud to keep saying that Barão's going home without a dime. Is that the way to treat an athlete? Does anyone think about what he endured to try to step in there? And then to be called a kid? He looks angry. They refer to him as a kid in the media. This causes revolt in the athletes. This revolted me. This makes me angry. It makes me look at the sport in a different way, clenching his fists too. They're taking away my desire to fight. I don't feel like fighting anymore when I hear these statements. Seeing how an athlete is treated, I feel that I don't have a dignified stage where the athletes are respected. Where you could go, and winning or losing, they treat you the same way. I don't know what he means by treated. If he means Dana White should say hello to the guy who won and say hello to the guy who lost, treating him equally. I agree. I think everyone should be treated equally like that. If he's talking about treated financially, because a lot of people bitch about fighter pay, win fights and you can get paid more. And that's kind of how it works. And if you become a fan favorite, you get paid even more for promotion, and some people pay-per-views. I would agree that they should be treated differently than the people who lose all the time. But that's all right. Let's see. I might be wrong. Maybe something else comes up. I don't remember. That's the minimum a fighter deserves. If you're not going to give them the money, you should at least give them respect. Okay, so I guess we're talking. Oh no, that's right. He's going off about Heenan Barao. So if they're not going to give Heenan Barao money, they should give him respect. Okay, Heenan Barao didn't do the job he was supposed to do because he came in overweight, because he didn't treat his fight camp the way he probably should have, regardless if he's done it every time. Cut less weight. Okay? The promoter is a promoter. That's what the word means. They're going to decide who they push and who they don't push. And they are pissed off at Heenan Barao because I'm sure that cost them a lot of money. And they just lost a lot of money because of Heenan Barao. Regardless if they pay him or not, they still lost money. If they'd have paid him, they'd have lost more money. UFC won't be in business if they do things like this. Everyone wants to bitch about UFC pay and all this. The UFC has to do things to keep in business. It's not... It's ridiculous. Oh, but Dana White's got all this money. Of course he does. He's the one who took the risk. That's what's supposed to happen. Okay.
Deveriam dar o respeito. Aí fazem que os atletas.
The few fighters who have a name are forced to fight all year long because they want to make 50 events a year. They are wearing down the athletes. They make them fight under any circumstances and conditions, as if they either accept the fight or they're worthless. Okay. I will say this. The UFC needs to change their lineup. They need to switch to quarterly pay-per-views. Make them $90. You could probably even get away with $100. Okay? Because people were paying $180 for 3. They'll pay $100 for each for 4. So make 4. Stack them. Multiple title fights on each card. 3 title fights. Don't do the title fights last anymore either. Stop that. Take, as weird as it sounds, fucking take like a fight that maybe sounds a little bit boring on paper, even if it's a title fight. Make it the number 2 fight. And throw Lozon in there, Lozon and Chiesa, fights that you think are going to be really, really good. Hunt and what's his name? Nelson. I was going to say George Nelson, not George Nelson. Hunt and Roy Nelson. That's a fight that would be like a co-main event on a big pay-per-view that has a big title fight as a main event. Okay? Stack the cards up to build things, to keep interest, to do things like that. More people will watch because they're not spending as much money. Put all the other fights on Fight Pass and Fox Sports 1. You could probably even get away with charging $15 for Fight Pass a month if you add more fights with bigger names. You give me a fucking Fight Pass that's headlined by a Joe Lozon fight, and this isn't a bash on Joe Lozon. This is just where I think the direction of fighting should go. Everything's going to the internet, to apps, Netflix, shit like that. You start putting fighters like that on Fight Pass, that's going to up it. Everyone fucking knows Joe Lozon. And you sprinkle them in there on Fox too, so that the people on Fox, or the people can watch Fox and see fighters that they're not familiar with, and then they're intrigued. Oh fuck, I remember watching that guy fight. That was a crazy fight. I'll go pay $15 for him. Now you've got Fight Pass going too. Pay-per-view rates will go up because people will care. Okay, it's just that's what I think. Okay, but anyway, now we're getting off topic a little bit. Okay, as if they either accept any fight or they're worthless. Fighters have to fight injured, cut weight fast. No, they don't.
Quem vai cuidar desses
Who will
atletas?
take care of them in the future?
Vocês vão cuidar de nós
Will
depois?
they take care of us later so that they can use us in this way? They use us to make rivers of money because this event is making a lot of money.
Esse evento ganha muito dinheiro.
I'm not reading very
Vocês
well
não
tonight,
respeitam o
sorry.
atleta.
They don't
Vocês não
respect
pagam
the
o atleta.
athletes.
Vocês
They
não
don't
cuidam do atleta.
respect shit. that went too fast. There's a good chance that the coloring of the letters is changing in front of my eyes too. That could have something to do with my reading problem right now, because it's going from like yellow to white. It's like really weird. They use us to make rivers of money because this event is making a lot of money. What? What the fuck? Did I miss something else and I just haven't picked up on it? Go back a little bit. Will they take care of us later so that they can use us in this way now?
Fazendo isso com a gente?
They use us to make rivers of money because this event is making... because this event is making a lot of money. Okay, I get it. I gotta say it like a normal person. And I'm like moving my head back and forth when I say it too. I don't really know who I'm impersonating, but that's happening. Okay.
Para estarem usando a gente, usam a gente para ganhar um rio de dinheiro, que esse evento ganha muito dinheiro. Vocês não respeitam o atleta.
They don't respect the athletes, they don't take care of the athletes, they don't pay the athletes, they don't give anything to the athletes, only crumbs.
Vocês dão apenas migalha e falta de
And this is a shameless lack of respect, but enough is enough.
Chega. Porque agora
Now
eu
I'll
tô de
keep
olho
my
em
eyes
vocês.
on you, and I will
E agora eu
speak
vou
the
mostrar
truth.
tudo que vocês estão
And he's
fazendo
pointing his
errado.
fingers at the
E a
camera.
verdade agora vai aparecer.
He sounds serious there. I need to take a drink. Some of these subtitles aren't broken up properly. Like it's like I got to read through them fast, and then there's like a long pause, and it's like, really? Like that was hard to read through that fast. What time is it? I got Chili's coming at about 8. So I definitely, oh shit, yeah, I need to move faster because there's still, see, 7 minutes left. I told you I had a lot of shit to talk about on this shit.
Vocês não respeitam
They don't
a
respect
gente
us as
como
athletes. They
lutador.
don't respect us at all.
Não respeitam a gente como nada. Vocês
They
jogam
try to
tudo
turn the
contra a
public
gente.
against us.
A única coisa que a gente tem
The only thing that pushes
que
us
levanta
forward
a gente,
and who supports
a única
us
coisa
is
que
the
suporta-
public. Okay, this is coming from the guy who looked like a complete dick and acted like an asshole on Tough Brazil 3 to the point where his own people didn't like him. Is he trying to say that the UFC is the reason he's a dick? Okay.
que dá suporte pra gente.
By the way, the screen right now, the left side is him talking, the right side is like cycling through pictures relatively quickly of people. I just paused it on one of a dog holding up signs that say War Wand with an exclamation mark. I guess those are his fans posting pictures maybe from Twitter or something. So yeah.
Nesse esporte é o público.
No one's supporters because probably these guys with their infamous allegations against us, trying to make the public turn
A nosso
against us.
respeito, acabam jogando.
What allegations has the UFC made against Wanderlei Silva? I'm just wondering. What? I haven't heard any allegations. I thought that was the NSAC. Is he retiring and pissed off because he thinks the NSAC is his boss? Now that could be true, and that could be I guess maybe understand some of the frustrations he has if that's the case. I might have to watch this again to understand. I'm probably not going to though, because I probably won't remember my theory on that anyway. And these guys with their infamous allegations against us, trying to make the public turn against
Jogando
us.
o público contra nós. O que nos sobra?
What is left for us? To end our careers or get dumped and be crushed by the
tomar
media?
chute na bunda, ser escrachado pela mídia, ter os fãs contra.
Have our
vamos ver
fans
do
turn
quê?
against us? How are we
É
going
por
to
isso,
live? For
é
those
por isso.
reasons, I come here today with a
Muito,
very heavy weight
mas
in my heart.
muito pesado no meu coração.
I think that was
Muito
like
triste.
boys a lot. Today is a
É
very
triste.
sad day for me.
Triste pra mim. Por quê?
Unfortunately, this organization took away my desire to
Essa
fight
organização
because they put him on a TV show twice to put his face all over television, all over Brazil. And yeah, I can see why they are such fucking assholes, and they paid you a lot of money. What dicks. I cannot believe that they paid you a lot of money. You got bonus money. They paid you what they were contractually obligated for. I've never heard Dana White say a bad word about you. And I totally understand. And they put you on a very big TV show in Brazil. I get it. I'd be pissed off too.
essa organização
Fucking idiot.
me tirou a vontade de lutar. Eu não consigo
I can't
mais
do
fazer
this
isso.
anymore. I
Eu
can't
não
keep
consigo
being
mais ser
treated
tratado
this
dessa
way.
maneira por vocês. E hoje,
And with a heavy
Muito
heart, I
pesado.
come here today to declare I am
Aqui.
stepping down from the ring.
né,
Cage.
eu vim aqui
Semantics.
decretar a minha retirada dos rins. partir de
After
hoje,
today,
Wanderlei
Wanderlei Silva will
luta
not
mais.
fight again. My career is
Acabou a minha
over.
carreira. Por quê?
Because I don't have a
Não tem
stage
palco
to perform where
digno.
the athletes get the
Palco
proper
onde o atleta-
respect. By the way, I'm going to call it right now. When his hearing happens with the athletic commission, or his sentencing, I guess, whatever he does, he's got that lawsuit coming up and shit, he's not even going to show because he's retired and it doesn't matter. He's not even going to face the music. He's watch.
Seja respeitado. Em virtude disso,
Those reasons I've had enough. Oh, by the way, I think this one skipped through quickly. That's the screen cap that I posted earlier.
seja
Because I
respeitado.
don't have a stage to perform where the athletes can get respect. For these reasons, I've had enough.
Pra mim deu. Começaram a querer jogar os meus
They tried to
fãs
turn my
contra mim.
fans against me,
Meus
my
fãs
fans who have
me
followed me for
acompanham há
20
20 anos,
years.
muito antes desse evento existir.
Much
Eu
before
já
this
saía na
event
mão,
even
na mão
existed,
seca.
I was already
Na mão
fighting bare
seca lá no
knuckle in
Brasil.
Brazil. I
Muitas
fought
lutas
bare
na mão
knuckle and I
seca. Eu
helped to build the
odeio
sport. There's another one taken after Ken and Tito and Rampage. I've heard him say it. They've all said the shit. Well, where did the self-entitlement come from? Is it jealousy because you're pissed off? And I get it. I understand. You're pissed off because you didn't make as much as some of the younger guys are. Well, look, I get it. You maybe are jealous. Okay. Be like a really good person and maybe represent the UFC better and they'll hire you. I'm just throwing it out there. Don't be a little bitch. It's not about what you didn't get. Keep building it up. These motherfuckers now, okay? These guys that you're bitching about because they make $500,000 a fight, okay? And some of them, oh my gosh, some of them, George St. Pierre will make millions per fight, and Anderson Silva, and probably Chael Sonnen, I think he's in the millions category. Oh, millions when they fight, they make all this. They make all this money. I only get $6,000 a fight. Okay. Talk to me in like 50 years. You think boxing started off at fighters getting $26 million to fight? No, it didn't. It takes time. Everyone in this fucking country wants everything to be done so quickly. No one wants to work for shit. And it starts with the fucking kids. I banned my nephews and my niece from using fucking cheats when they play their video games. There's no chance. No. Fucking work for what you're trying to get. That's how life works. But no, we want to come in and we want to make, $1 bazillion. The refs don't get paid the same either. So yeah, okay, sorry. Here we go. I need, we got 5 more minutes. Right? Right. I fought bare knuckle and helped build this sport. Thank you. Some of your fights were fixed, but okay. I'm not saying it didn't help. There's a lot of people out there who love Pride, but fixed fights. Okay. Everything you see today, I helped build with my sweat and my blood. And now these guys come around and try to tell us what are we and what we are not. I'm sorry, what we are and what we are not. I don't remember them telling you what you were or what you. I gotta be missing like a backstory here. Either that or he really is just fucking crazy. What was my phone? What was this? Because there's got to be something. Oh, Twitter shit. Okay, I don't even know. I kind of got lost there. There's got to be a backstory that I just don't get. Either that or this is all a complete work setup, maybe formulated in his brain because he really is crazy and he's had a lot of concussions to save face and try to avoid all this bullshit steroid stuff. Not bullshit, but to him bullshit. And now these guys come around and try to tell us what we are and what we are not. And that's in quotes. So somewhere someone must have said something. But this is all wrong, and I am here now to speak up for all that is wrong in our sport. Things will change. Notice the music is gone from somber to now we're at the redemption part of the story, because every one of his fucking weird Al-Qaeda videos has a story. This is like the emotional one. This is like when a comedic actor tries to switch over to drama, because all of Wanderlei's other shit is just crazy comedic shit. Well, now he's trying his hand at dramatic performances. This is like a full fucking scale shit here. I bet he did a storyboard. We make this event. We're the ones stepping in there and putting our face to get punched. Or putting our face to get punched. I read that exactly the way it said.
Nós que tomamos
We're
soco
the
na
ones
cara.
getting hit
Nós
and
que
getting
se
messed
ferramos.
up.
E não podemos, o
The
mínimo
minimum we
que
reserve
você tem
is
que fazer
respect.
é
That's
nos
the
dar o
minimum.
respeito.
He
O
looks mad
mínimo.
again.
O Silva tá se
Wanderlei
levantando
Silva
agora.
is rising up
Vocês
now.
realmente... Eu tava triste, eu tava chateado.
I was
com tudo
sad
isso.
with all of this.
Mas os
But the
lutadores
fighters
precisam
need
de
a voice. They need someone who will
que
speak
fale a
up about the
verdade.
truth.
E eu tô aqui pra falar a verdade.
I am
E o
here to
que
say
vocês
the truth
fizeram
and
errado
point at
agora,
what's wrong. And
eu
he's
tô
pointing
aqui
at the
e vou
camera, so
falar,
maybe
e
I'm
vocês
wrong.
não
And they
vão
can't
calar.
shut me up. I bailed out before this, I guess. Because now, is this going to be fucking a bunch of pictures
Quero
of
agora
people
agradecer a
holding?
todos,
I want to thank all my
todos os
fans
meus
from
fãs
around the world.
ao redor
They're
do
showing
mundo,
pictures of his
a
fans
todos
holding those
vocês
signs again.
que algum dia,
To all of you
em
on
alguma
any
ocasião,
given day I succeeded at
consegui
making you
mexer com a
cheer.
emoção de
This is
vocês.
really hard to read with these
Eu
pictures
consegui fazer
flashing.
você vibrar,
To everyone I have ever
consegui
brought
fazer
some
você
excitement, to everyone I
consegui
made
fazer você
smile
rir,
even once.
consegui fazer você
You've done
chorar,
that to me.
rimos
We
juntos,
smiled together and we
choramos
cried
juntos.
together.
Mas quero
From the
dizer,
bottom
do
of my
fundo do
heart, I
coração,
can truly say you're the
a
only
única
good thing I
coisa
bring
que
with
eu
me.
levo dessa minha carreira de bom são vocês. São
To who
vocês
supports me,
que se me
you who
apoiam,
likes me,
vocês que realmente gostam de mim, vocês que estão
you
comigo.
who follows me. I got
Porque o
blocked.
resto realmente não foi fácil.
Everything
não foi,
else was not easy. It
sabe,
was a
eu
tough
tive uma
career.
carreira muito
It's back to
difícil,
him.
muita dor,
A
muito
lot of
sofrimento.
pain and effort and lots of
lesão.
injuries
E por último
and a
agora,
lot of
infelizmente,
humiliation at the end.
muita humilhação. Foi muito difícil.
It was
passar
hard to
por
go
tudo isso.
through it all, and without your help, I
Se
wouldn't
não
have
fosse
made
pela
it.
ajuda de vocês, realmente
This is nice.
eu não sei se conseguiria. Sabe?
They
Eu acho
took my
que
strength and my desire to
me
fight.
tiraram a força, me tiraram a vontade de lutar. Por isso que
That's
tô
why
encerrando minha
here
carreira
I
aqui.
end my career.
Me tiraram o gosto pelo meu
They
trabalho.
took away my taste for my
E é muito
job.
difícil isso. Muito
It's
difícil
hard to
você
go
passar
through
por
all
isso.
this. I don't wish this on
Realmente
anyone.
não desejo isso pra ninguém. Porque
After you fought all your life for
só
something,
quando
at the
você
end,
luta
for something
a
like
vida
this to
inteira por
happen,
alguma coisa, quando está chegando no final da sua carreira, acontece uma coisa dessas,
you get bitter, and I
você
am
fica
bitter.
desgostoso. E fiquei desgostoso. E é por isso que
That's
não
why I
vou
won't
seguir
step in there anymore.
sabe?
I've had enough.
Então, pra mim deu. Então, quero agradecer
I want to thank all of
todos
you,
vocês, meus
my
fãs que
friends
estão
who are
comigo
with me.
em todas as ocasiões.
Thank you for
Muito
supporting
obrigado.
me no matter what.
Nós tivemos aí uma
We wrote an amazing story
história
together.
juntos maravilhosa.
I've lived indescribable moments up there together with you. See, this is nice to his fans. I got nothing bad to say here.
Indescritíveis, momentos que dinheiro
Moments
nenhum
that
nesse mundo paga,
that no money can buy and
que
no
dirigente
promoter
nenhum
can
nesse
take
mundo
away.
tira.
I don't get the anger at the
No final
promoter.
de tudo,
What am I missing?
esse é
In
o
the
único
end,
prêmio
the only prize a
que o
fighter
lutador
keeps
realmente tem.
is you.
São vocês. Peço agora que vocês
I only
continuem
ask that you
apoiando
keep
nossos
supporting
atletas.
all athletes.
Não os nossos, todos os atletas. Continuem
Keep
apoiando.
supporting them because in
Continue
the end,
incentivando.
your applause is the only
O
thing that
seu
remains.
aplauso, no final de tudo,
Yeah, there's some truth to that.
é a única coisa que fica.
That's memories. The rest
E o
is
resto?
only an illusion. That's kind of
O
life.
resto é tudo ilusão.
He's getting all matrixy
Então,
there.
peço a vocês,
Keep giving us your
continuem
support
aplaudindo,
because you are our only motivation to keep
incentivando.
fighting.
porque vo-
Hold on. I'm gonna miss something. Wait. Fuck. Hold on. Time out. I'm gonna skip back.
Vocês são a nossa única motivação para continuar lutando. Amanhã ou depois, a roda gira e tudo pode mudar. Fundo é a única coisa que
Keep
fica.
supporting him because in the end, your applause is all that
Porque o
matters. The
resto-
rest is only illusion.
O resto é tudo
Yeah,
ilusão.
this is all an illusion. All the shit we
Então,
buy with money
peço
doesn't matter.
a
It's
vocês,
an illusion.
continuem
It's true.
aplaudindo.
Keep giving us your support because you're
Continuem
the only
incentivando.
motivation to keep fighting.
Porque vocês são a nossa única motivação para continuar lutando. Amanhã ou depois,
But the wheels keep
roda
turning,
gira.
and tomorrow everything
pode
can
mudar.
change.
no fundo do coração,
From the bottom of my
Sabe?
heart,
muito obrigado.
thank you so much, and God bless.
Fique com Deus.
He's growing his hair out again. Why would you get a tattoo on your head if you're going to grow your hair? Now they're showing old clips of him, old bare knuckle shit. Probably shit you can find on YouTube. Yeah, know what? I bet there's no Pride or UFC stuff in there, actually, because he probably isn't allowed to. And then his Twitter thing, Wand family. Together we are stronger. Juntos somos más fuertes. One Fight Company. So I guess that's it. That's the end of his video. So yeah, I mean, look, yeah, I guess there really isn't a closing because I pretty much think I said everything I wanted to say. That was a 13-minute video. How long has this been going on? How long did it take for me to get through that? Oh, it's only taken 45 minutes. It's only triple the time it would normally take to just sit and watch it for most people. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I guess I'm done. I don't think I have anything else to say. I'm going to go fucking... I need to take my dog out to pee. And then my shit... Oh, yeah, you woke up at that, didn't you? And then my chili shit will be here soon, too. So, yeah, I'm fucking out. You know what? I'll play you out with Watsky, because I like Watsky. Hold on one second. Lower. Everyone have a wonderful evening. Shush. Don't growl. Whatever you hear, ignore it. Let's do I don't give a fuck. I like I don't give a fuck. Everyone have a lovely, wonderful fucking weekend.
What a beautiful
See ya!
night. What a shame that someone would try to mess this up right now. Look around. I mean, I hear everything you're saying, but to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck, dude! Let me tell you about my GPA, 4.0 straight A's, and I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you about my resume, it's so cray, it's insane, and I don't give a fuck. And my boyfriend, he's so hot, and the car that he bought me is I don't give a fuck. And my ooh la la, my blah blah blah, and I don't give a fuck. Cause I'm a bachelor, so fuck attaching a label to the life we're living and imagine a future where we won't be living in the past. I'll be flipping birds like a chicken breast on a spatula. So if you're bragging, then you can forget it. And if it thunders and if it rains and pours, let it. And in the morning, then it'll hit you that George said it. They gave him a fuck, you returned it for store credit. But don't be sorry yet if you got a score, settle it. Cause it's more pleasure with fun before etiquette. Get up on the table and pour your drinks, get it. But don't be boneheaded, it's for your own benefit. I'll be getting open and seeking my seventh heaven. Irreverent while you be seeking the Reverend or Pope Benedict. You gotta stick where the sun don't shine, well that's fine. But remember that I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you about my GPA, 4.0 straight A's, and I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you about my resume, it's so cray, it's insane, and I don't give a fuck. And my boyfriend, he's so hot, and the car that he bought me is I don't give a fuck. And my ooh la la, my blah blah blah, and I
don't give a fuck.